Hey boxing fans, welcome to another edition of Boxing for Real. I'm your host, Don Omega. Iron Truth with me as always. Today we're doing a mailbag. We're doing it quick. Let's get to it. First question comes from Big James Baldwin from PA. Okay, he asked, do you see Duddy fighting somebody maybe like Saku Powell or maybe Jesse Brinkley from the Contender? Big James Baldwin from PA? Yeah, I could see Duddy fighting someone. I guess you're also asking, do you see him fighting someone more competitive, although he did fight Yuri Boy Campos, beat him.
Yep.
And that was really a good fight.
Definitely.
Good fighter. And
big step up for him, definitely.
Brinkley, I think, I would consider Brinkley either a lateral step or possibly even a step back.
Yeah, definitely. I would pick Campos to beat Brinkley.
I sure don't see Brinkley as a step up, for sure. And
I would pick him to knock out Brinkley.
Yeah, I would pick Campos over Brinkley for sure. I don't think Duddy needs to waste his time with Brinkley.
And Powell, they're both from New York. They're both fighting out of New York. Very popular there, Duddy especially.
I don't see that fight happening right now.
Right
I don't
now.
even see it as a smart fight for either fighter to make right now.
Because they could make tons of money off of that, say 2 or 3 years from now. So
yeah, down the line. Why do that right this minute? Wait a year even.
Yeah. So.
And that would be a good fight like a year from now or so.
Yeah, at least that long.
At least, yeah, minimum of a year. Go ahead and keep fighting on your separate paths for right now.
Definitely.
And overall, I don't know who I would pick. I'd want to see how these guys continue. Powell, of course, has the one loss to Kasim Uma, but that's Kasim Uma, not.
Yeah. Oh, I would pick Powell over Duddy now.
I don't hold that against him. Overall, I don't really know. I haven't seen much of either guy. Haven't seen enough of either guy, really. So I don't really know who I would pick at all. I'd have to wait and see more of both.
I think
fighters.
Powell would just shoot straight through the middle, basically. Duddy does come pretty wide, and Powell is very fast and accurate. And he's a southpaw, which will give Duddy problems. So I would definitely go with Powell by decision if they fought right now. That's right now.
Yep,
so.
And we'll just have to see, but thank you for the question. I think Duddy has star potential.
Definitely.
On down the line, I think both of those guys do, Powell and Duddy. So we'll just have to see what happens. And also, you got to think Edison Miranda. He's a pretty devastating puncher.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what happens with him. He might.
Also
Miranda, and also if it's not that far up to 168, which is where Jesse Brinkley fights.
Yeah.
If you could call it that.
Don't think he'll be around for too much longer.
No, I think he's pretty much done anyhow. As far as contender-ish type person at all, which he never was, but whatever.
No.
Anyhow, moving on. Thank you, Big James Baldwin. Okay, also, this next question is from Neil out of the UK. He didn't specify where, but whatever. Okay, you write, been enjoying your show now, being from the UK myself, all I hear in the gym is Ricky Hatton's name, and it's driving me insane. Because he is definitely overhyped and should have lost to Luis Calzaghe. Thank you, you are correct. I can't believe someone out of the UK is saying this.
Absolutely.
You might not be from England. I don't know. I just don't know. You didn't put here. And you put, I am sickened to see how he is going to fight another bomb. Yeah. And then you put, and Calzaghe is good. And you put something here, typical British promotions. Yes, it is. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
They do not only British, European promotions.
Yeah,
I wouldn't just say British.
No.
I'd say a lot of Universum. Good example.
Yeah,
they had these guys' records. The Klitschko's. Look at some of the competition they fought before they came to the U.S. Came to U.S. television. At least they fought some pretty sorry competition.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
good to see somebody.
A lot of these European created fighters. That's what they do. Which they do that with the NBA now as well. A lot of times these European teams, they build these teams just so they can sell players to the NBA. That's what these European basketball teams do.
And then the players suck in the NBA because it's much better competition.
You got some decent ones here. Dirk, what's his name, is decent. So they get some like that, but overall, the main purpose of most of those European basketball teams is to sell them to the NBA, and that's what it looks like. Some of the boxing is sometimes. It's like their plan. Well, I wouldn't even say that. Their plan is just to keep their boxers in Europe, never have them fight anyone worth a damn.
Nope.
And which you get that in the U.S. too. I'm not saying you don't get that here. You definitely do with people like Jason Littell right now. Which I think he wants to fight better people. I think he will, but he's going to lose.
Yeah, and he's still an up and comer, so
He's
that's
an
not really that
up-and-comer,
bad that
absolutely.
he's doing that.
Yeah,
so.
it's if he were to be 40-0 like a certain Ricky Hatton that you mentioned, and still hadn't really fought anyone that great.
One person. Yeah.
And
Calzaghe, and he fought Calzaghe, who's good, but he didn't beat him.
And he's fought decent people recently.
Those are two top guys that he's fought,
He's
though,
fought
and that's
decent
it.
people recently, but very top guys, yeah. And Calzaghe's even stretching it.
Yeah, he's not really top. I think he will be, but he's not at this moment.
And he definitely wasn't when Calzaghe beat him.
Yeah.
Clearly beat him.
And Calzaghe did beat him.
Did beat him even though the judges got it wrong.
Of course.
Anyhow, couldn't agree with you more on that, man. And also you put Calzaghe, this question is a little old, but we are digging into the mailbag. You also mentioned Calzaghe fighting Bika, that you weren't happy about that.
Yeah.
We covered that. You've probably seen it by now. And yeah, Calzaghe versus Bika wasn't that great of a fight.
But he did dominate him at least.
Yeah, he dominated, but didn't expect him to. Fought to his
level of competition.
Just as you said he would.
He fights down to the level of his competition quite a bit.
You ask here, Calzaghe versus Winky Wright. Who do you think? Do you think this fight will happen? No, I don't think this fight will happen. Have no reason to. Winky Wright has been as high as middleweight. I don't think he really wants to go above middleweight. I don't think he has the desire to. I don't really think Calzaghe has the desire to go to middleweight himself. He's wanting to move up. At least he's always claiming he's wanting to move up.
Yeah.
But I don't see that fight happening. If I did overall, I'd have to favor Winky Wright. I just like him better. And so I would definitely go for Winky Wright, and I would pick Winky Wright in that.
Decision. Yeah.
The only way I would pick Calzaghe in that situation is just strictly based on the weight issue.
Yeah, and it would be Wright moving up to 168. Calzaghe definitely wouldn't be coming down any.
Yeah, I don't think he even could. I don't think that would even be realistic.
But that's Wright has even said when they've discussed it a few times, they have, that he would definitely just go right up to 168.
Yeah, he would only have to weigh 161 actually.
Well, yeah, that's true. But yeah, he would fight at that division, whatever. Calzaghe definitely wouldn't be coming down any. So yeah, I would go with Wright by decision, wide decision. So if the fight did happen, love to see it someday.
Although we don't know, because I mean, Calzaghe fights like shit half the time.
Yeah, and he does raise his game, definitely.
Then he fights someone like Jeff Lacey.
Dominated him.
Fights awesome.
Yeah, but Winky Wright's not Jeff Lacey for
no,
sure.
No, he's not Jeff Lacey. It could be a competitive fight. We'll never see it though.
Well,
so
we'll have to see.
It really doesn't matter. I really don't think we'll see it. And plus, both these guys are getting older. They're looking for big paydays against each other. I don't see that being a big payday for them right now.
There's more lucrative fights out there, definitely for both of them. So.
And thank you, Neil.